Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next Focus On video. This time, Celestia versus Luna, and their relationship with Twilight. And also, what can we learn by just examining the characters' expressions? It's interesting to see what we can learn from just simply looking at the characters' expressions and how they're different. The people who make My Little Pony Friendship is Magic do a very good job of communicating a lot with just a facial expression, a glance, a look. Something that you may not normally take notice of, but if you stop and look at it, might actually reveal quite a lot about this character. And also their relationship with other characters. For example, I was watching the Crystal Empire, and I really took notice of the differences between Celestia and Luna and how they address and look at Twilight. And it clearly shows they both have two very different opinions on Twilight. So I'm going to basically, in a way, reenact this scene, sort of taking on Celestia, Luna, and Twilight at times. So, I hope you enjoy and perhaps learn something. Don't worry, little sister. Twilight will succeed. I have every faith in her. I know she is ready for this. But are you sure, Celestia? She's still just a teenager. She still has a lot to learn. I don't have faith in her. I don't believe in her. I'm not willing to put the faith of Equestria in her hands just yet. See, I told you that my faithful student Twilight would come and she'd be ready. I'm not so sure, Celestia. I'm just not sure. I don't really want to do this, Celestia. But I do trust you. But I do not agree with you on this. I don't think Twilight's ready for this just yet. Not on her own. I do not know if this one is ready yet. I have every confidence that you will succeed, my student. I've watched over you for a very long time, and I know that you are ready for this. Hello there, Princess Luna. You don't look very happy. Twilight, you better be a lot stronger than you're showing me now. That is if you want to join us. Luna clearly doesn't approve or have any faith in me. What if I fail, Celestia? What will it mean? I have every confidence that you will succeed, my student. Have faith in yourself. But Twilight, this is an important task. You must not fail. I do not like the look in your eyes, Twilight. I do not like it at all. Now go, Twilight. There is no time to lose. As I look into her eyes now, I see fear and doubt, and I do not like it. This one is not ready to have such a task be placed in her hands. I do not understand what they want of me, or what I need to do, but I am afraid to fail. See? I told you, little sister. I told you that she would succeed. I told you that you should have faith in her, and I'm glad that that faith was not misplaced. It never has been. You're right, Celestia. You were right. I'm glad that she was ready, and that I trusted in you. And I'm glad that we're together. That even when we disagree, we can still be together. Celestia, you believed in her, and she has clearly demonstrated that she's ready. What do you think? I agree, little sister. She is definitely ready for the next stage of her journey. Yes, I agree, Celestia. She is ready. I must admit, a lot of that was headcanon, but it really does show how different Luna and Celestia both view Twilight. Celestia has clearly always had faith in Twilight. And Luna, she's obviously been through a lot and is obviously not very trusting of people. So I really don't think that Luna would really want to be placing her faith in someone like Twilight. Especially someone so young. I mean, Twilight's still just a teenager and stuff, and I wonder when they became princesses. Were they much older? Were they younger? Were they kids? Were they teenagers? Were they adults? So, who knows? Maybe they became alicorns and stuff at the same time that Twilight did, but Luna clearly does not want to put faith in Twilight. I don't think that she thinks that Twilight can't do this. She's just not ready to do this completely on her own just yet. Which I must admit, I think, which is why Celestia says, it must be you and you alone who helps Shining Armor and Cadence, because I think this is what Celestia really intended for her to do at the beginning of this, was to do this by herself, to show that she can do this on her own. Obviously, she's going to send her friends along with her, and obviously they're going to help her, but when it comes to the main task of actually finding the Crystal Heart, that task has to be Twilight's and hers alone. But of course, the writers had other plans for the big lesson that Twilight would learn. But anyway, it was certainly interesting to see this brief glimpse into their relationship between Celestia, Luna, and Twilight. It's really good to have this moment towards the end of part 2 where Celestia and Luna acknowledge their differences and accept them and, just sort of like, in a way, quote-unquote, kiss and make up. Because obviously at the beginning of this, they disagree. They clearly disagree. Celestia wants to put total faith in Twilight, and Luna does not. Luna simply does not want to put her faith in Twilight, and I frankly can't blame her. She doesn't know Twilight very well, and obviously they're ultimately placing the fate of Equestria into the hands of this teenager, so I can't blame her for not wanting to do that immediately. But clearly their positions are very different, but Luna trusts Celestia. She may not agree with her, but she basically trusts Celestia and goes along with it. But I think also in this moment shows that she's not willing to just simply blindly accept what Celestia says. She does say, "Are you sure you don't want me to go along too?" She's basically saying that, I want to help Twilight too. She's not ready to deal with this on her own. She didn't just simply accept what Celestia says, but she also is willing to accept Celestia's leadership even when she doesn't agree, which is obviously good. Because obviously, if she was trying to fight Celestia all the time, well, we saw how well that worked out the last time. Ugh. But that's why it's good to see that these two are allowing themselves to disagree, but still always be sisters. I mean, obviously, it never got to fighting or anything like that, but it's pretty clear that they both have two completely different positions here. And this is an important thing. This is the fate of Equestria here, and if Celestia was wrong, this could have been really bad for Equestria. But Luna still trusts in her sister, and Celestia trusts Luna as well. Kind of as the final scene at the end in a way sort of suggests that it's Luna who brings forth the book, not Celestia. So Luna, after seeing that Twilight in fact can handle this on her own and all that stuff, does in fact start to trust Twilight and basically gives her the key to unlock the next part of her path, of her journey. And that's pretty cool in itself. And the interesting thing about all of this is there's really not a lot of dialogue in some of these things, or not any dialogue that directly addresses these particular issues. And that's what's cool about all this. So I hope you listen and watch, and hopefully will learn something that maybe you didn't learn the first time you watched and listened to an episode. So that is the end of my video on Princess Luna, Celestia, Twilight, and their relationship together. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.